Alright, Shalom, Call Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Harakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of GMS. Peace, love, and salutations to the Bayaf Dawadah, the house of David. Alright, brother Zion out of GMS Boston. Once again, alright, here on my channel, Lord willing, this is edifying. So this is going to be Uber Chronicles, lesson 1 or 2. I'm not sure which one I upload first. But nevertheless, like I said previously, Lord's will, I start a series, just working while working, basically doing the Lord's work while, working in the field. And so this guy right here, right, just a little backstory, and I'll get right into this video, which I feel is a very interesting conversation. All right, okay, backstory. I picked this guy up, all right, and he's telling me he's going to get his car. He got his Harvard get up, so small, a little small talk. Hey, how you doing? Where you from? This, that, and the third. And all right, so he tells me that he's from Nigeria and he is in America, all right, getting his master's, his MBA, or in his master's degree at Harvard University, all right, Ivy School, top 5 universities in the world. He's a Nigerian, which I believe through the spirit he's a Jake. A lot of them are raised as, just Hamites, and we're just a cotton picker. But the spirit was telling me that he was a Jake, but nevertheless, he had the mind frame of, a typical Hamite. All right, so it's like the trifecta. You got a Israelite that's raised with the mind frame, right? Which is, we're the greatest people on earth, raised with the mind frame of Ham. Which, those Hamites, they're really proud people. They're really proud people. All right, and you top that off with the fact that he's gotten accepted to Harvard University. So this man's pride level was, through the roof. And you brothers caught the latter half of the conversation. But if I was able to catch the first half of the conversation, this guy was very, very proud. I let him speak a lot, and he was going into things that black people need to do, and what we need to do, and what's the best way, and all these things of that nature, how to succeed and how to get success. And he made mention of, he said, he got a little comfortable. Which is good. You're supposed to make people feel comfortable, right? And he said, the problem with your people is, and he started to lay down a list of things, such as, in particular, I won't leave it there. I'll get into a little bit what he said. He said, in a nutshell, your people get money like rappers and, like the Lil Waynes, and they, rather than helping their people out, they flex, you know what I'm saying? They get jewelry, they get fashion cars, they don't help each other out, this, that, and the third. And he was saying some more stuff. So we had a conversation. Somebody had picked up, gave him a call. I think it was his girlfriend or his fiance or wife or somebody. And he started talking, and I'm in my spirit like, this motherfucker, like the nerve of you, And don't get it twisted, right? We don't get emotional when people talk about our people, because we understand that our people have problems and issues, but the main anger came from the result of our problems. Don't try to, we do have problems, and I'm not the one to make excuses for our people. Our people are fucked up, and we get on our people, but I had to have this conversation with him, and I'll let you brothers and sisters hear this out. So when I'm laying into him, understand that he asked for it. He had his goal. He had his goal, and I'll say this, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, by the end of this ride, and you could tell, being spiritual brothers and sisters, that from the tone of his voice from the beginning to the end, I mean, he humbled down, and through the spirit, he'll never forget what was told to him. He'll never, ever, ever, ever forget what was told to him. His whole spirit was completely different from the time of the beginning of the ride to the time of the end of the ride. So without no further ado, I'm going to play this video. Be patient, and Lord willing, is edifying. Shalom.
country now, they sell dollar. $1 sells for 720 naira.
$1.
$1. So I'm spending about $160,000 going my MBA in Harvard, and that's highly discounted. So I got scholarship of about $85,000. That's why I came to that amount.
You know why is that, right?
You said?
I said, you know why is that, right?
No. Why is it?
Huh?
Why is it so?
See, you know what the problem with Africans is?
No.
Since you told me what the problem was black Americans. The problem with Africans is, right?
Yeah, tell me.
Only because you told me what the problem was with black Americans.
Yeah.
Right? Respectfully. Yeah. I love you, my brother. You hear me? Africa is the richest country in the world.
Yeah.
Sorry, not a country, it's a continent. Richest continent in the world. Filled with resources, gold, diamonds, minerals, or everything you can think of. You're dealing with Shell gas station, you're dealing with Nigerian gas.
Yeah.
Those same companies, the same people that you told me about, Rockefellers, the Gettys, the DuPonts, Rothschilds, they make a living solely based off of your country.
Absolutely, that's the truth.
But you rather come here to get their education and use your money at an inflated price and prop up what they have going on, right? Than to do what it is that you're supposed to do. And you'll keep that cycle going. But you'll get up and you'll think that you're better than somebody because you're just a tool from them, again, to use against your own people. In your mind, you think that you're going to help.
I agree with you.
In your mind, you think that you're going to help somebody else, but you ain't helping nobody else. I guarantee you that. Because if you did, your whole approach would be totally different. But it's not. So you just continue to help the cycle that'll continue to go on. You'll never make it in a society and be in a position to help your people. Because those same people that you talk about, they're so much bigger than what you can even fathom, even imagine. And the fact that you know about the Rothschilds and that money that they have, that if you think that you're gonna get your little MBA, go to Harvard, and you know what I mean, put a little dent, you've been duped and had. You've been duped and had, and the nerve of somebody, right, to sell somebody into slavery, right? To sell somebody into slavery and have them subjected to 400 years of the most brutal enslavement ever, right?
Yeah.
And then another 500 years of segregation, right?
Yeah.
The nerve of me to go to somebody's country and look at the poorest population, the most oppressed population, and to compare myself to him, and to tell them what they could do better to better themselves. What type of man would I be? I feel like an asshole. If I ever went to DR, I went to the poorest people and said, look, man, you guys got to do better than this. You guys got to get an education. You guys got to do that. I feel like an asshole. The problem with people is they think that they can come here and tell us what we should be doing. You know what I'm saying? When you're home, you allowed your dollar, right? You allowed your dollar to be worthless. Meanwhile, all your resources are kicked out. Again, you're dealing with Shell gas stations. You're dealing with Nigerian oil. You're dealing with Nigerian diamonds, right? When you look at when you look at your poverty rate, it's through the roof.
Yeah.
It's through the roof. It's literally second to none. When you're dealing with GDP, you're dealing with poverty rate, you're dealing with diseases. It's second to none. It's horrible to say the least. Horrible to say the least.
I agree with you.
I mean, I'm not telling you no lies. I'm telling you nothing but the facts.
But then, if you trace this thing, we're all interconnected, right? The same approach with which
police reported ahead.
They enslaved some black Americans at that time, right?
Yep.
is the same thing that they reinvented to keep back or keep exploiting the system, because at that time was really get the blacks over and use them for slavery, small menial jobs, subject them, subjugate them, and make them feel less of themselves. And that created some complex, and they felt okay, and all of those. So now, but you can't empty Africa into America. You can't empty everybody over there, to come serve your economy or serve your system. So they reinvented it through means and avenues like the lottery, the American lottery system, and also what you just very succinctly mentioned about, which was, more like giving the African countries political independence, but without economic independence. So they still would rely on the West for a lot of things.
But let me ask you this. Nobody has to give you.
You take it.
Huh? No. Not about you taking it. You have to take it as well, but nobody has to give you economical independence. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And they're not going to give you economic independence. That's your shit.
Yeah.
That's your land. That's your home. Those are your resources. Those are your diamonds. That's your oil. That's your gold. It's yours. You understand what I'm saying? So here, it's something that a strong man has. So in America, to take what they have, you got to go through these. There's a lot of systems. This whole system, this whole society was built so that they could have what they have, and so that we couldn't get what they have. As we're in Africa, it's all yours. It's all yours. It's all yours. It's not.
I completely agree too. It's a way to look at it.
The only reason why I had this discussion with you is because of what you said. See, I'm not dumb, so not saying that you're dumb. You're a smart man, obviously, right? But my approach to an African wouldn't be what they could do better, because I already know the system. I'm in the belly of the beast. You understand what I'm saying? I understand. I'm with these people. See, white supremacy is not something that's just in America. It's something that's global, it's worldwide.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you guys haven't understood that by now, then maybe you probably never will. So the conversation is only based off of what you said about my people. You know what I'm saying? I'm well aware of the system, and not in Africa, that white supremacy is used to dominate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Politically, financially, economically,
That's right.
emotionally, spiritually. Africans are worship of white Jesus. Christianity is through the roof. The language you speak is a colonized language. To this day, average Africans speak 4 or 5 different languages. French, Portuguese, American. Like, you don't even speak your own language. You know what I'm saying? So I understand where that comes from. I just think Africans, I don't know what they're taught over there or what they're shown. I know there's a lot of propaganda. So they come over here with this mentality, but which is fine because it's the truth. I'll say the same thing about my people as far as killing, drugs, and I hate that type of stuff. But like, let's not act or pretend like we don't know what's going on here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right.
Let's not get crazy and pretend we don't. Like I said, I could go to Africa and shit on people in Africa. It'd be too easy for me to do that. I'm an American. I could get money from over there. I could get an education. I could go to school. What is that gonna do for the poor people, the 80% of the people that's starving in Africa? I can climb through the ranks very easily. Any African American could go to Africa and succeed. But to succeed and see 80% of the people starving is not a success.
That's right.
You could pretend all day in your mind that you're gonna be humble and you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. You're gonna come here, you're gonna get money, and guess what? You're gonna get drunk off the philosophies of this place. You're gonna look out for your people, because that's what Nigerians do. And you're gonna be focused. You're gonna go to school. You're gonna get a good
railroad
job.
crossing.
Well, you're gonna fall into. It's gonna be very hard for you not to fall into the American Babylonian way of life, which is a capitalist society, which is a greedy society. It's a dog-eat-dog society. When you go work, for instance, you're gonna go to school for business management, right? They're not gonna teach you to be an entrepreneur. They're not gonna teach you to build your own business. They're gonna teach you how to run somebody else's business, and it'll be a white man's business. And you'll go to work and you'll do what you're told. That's what you'll do. You'll go to work and you'll do what you're told. That Harvard education is not gonna teach you or your people how to grab back your wealth and obtain your wealth and keep your wealth, so that your dollar, your Nigerian dollar, is actually worth something. In which this American dollar, that's literally backed by nothing, no gold, not backed by anything. And you'll do whatever it is to take to get that American dollar. And if it's cutthroat, if it's crushing little companies, if it's exploitation of your own people, you'll do it. That's the reason why you're here. They hand selected you. Congratulations.
Well, it's my expectation that I'll prove you wrong afterwards. But we'll see how this
I hope
goes.
so. I hope so. I don't want my people living like this forever. I don't want my people with flies on their face. And I say my people because I know a lot of my people are in our people came from West Africa. So when you're dealing with the Igbos, you're dealing with Hebrews.
Yeah.
All right? So those are the children of Israel. That was a prophecy that will happen to the children of Israel, that they'll be scattered throughout the four winds of the earth in the transatlantic slave trade. So a lot of the people that you see here are your own people. Literally could be your cousins.
That's right.
In a different land and in a different struggle.
Absolutely.
I could have been your brother going back to the ancient world. I made it on a boat, you didn't, you escaped it.
All right.
Ride to queue.
Is this the,
Oh, yeah, you came past it.
that's the car wash right
Yeah,
there?
this is the power. That is the other side.
The other side?
No, like on this way. Just go straight on. Just
Go in?
enter. Yeah, go.
Alright.
I'll walk you through.
Straight this way?
Yeah, straight out. You're supposed to join this queue. It's the other way in front of you.
be successful.
Is that?
I said you'll be successful.
Yeah, this way.
Be successful.
That should be successful, is that?
No, you will be successful.
Amen. Thank you. That's important to me. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Good right here?
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
All right, brother.
All right, have a great day.
You too.
God bless.
Business.